Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here of Plan with Elise, and today we are planning two different currently pages in my happy planners. So as you may have seen the last few months, I've been kind of doing the same thing where my classic vertical happy planner is using the newer style currently page, and then I'll use my other classic happy planner, which is a classic size dashboard, and that will be for my Plan with Elise planner and all things Plan with Elise. So first sticker I'm going to use is Homesteader. This is one of my favorite sticker books that I kind of want to back up because I feel like I've used so much of it. But I wanted to bring it out again because I feel like this is such a pretty sticker book, especially for November. The colors are just really beautiful and I wanted to play around with it. So let's put that sticker there, and then maybe we'll put this one over here and this one over here. I really like the setup of this currently page as opposed to the other one because I like that it's new like this, and every season be grateful. This is pretty. I'll put this here. Maybe we'll layer it with something. I like the setup of it. I feel like it's a really, I don't know, it's simple, it makes sense, it's easy to kind of separate each thing as needed. So I'm really happy with this new design. Hopefully you like it too. Let's bring in this maybe. And we're gonna put this over here and then kind of layer this over here. In every season, be grateful. Okay, now I want to cut this because it's going to bug me that it's just hanging off the page right now. So we'll cut that. Oops, let's do a better job. Do a better job, Elise. And we'll get this one down right here. Okay, there we go. Now my goal is also to bring in a little bit more of this darker red. When the sticker book first came out, I used it, I think, for 3 spreads in a row. Like, I used it for all my planners because I just really loved it and I wanted to kind of play around with how to be able to use it in multiple spreads. So what's really cool is that these sort of kind of already have some of the words on them, but documented, gathering, all together, all the things. So it's not necessarily the currently words that we're used to. I do want to bring these in, but I'm also realizing I want to bring in one of these greens. I have this green, but it's not quite this green. So I want to take Live What You Love and, whoops, that wanted to go down there. I'm going to cover up the holidays because I have those in my monthly. I don't necessarily need them right here. I'd rather have more space on the bottom of the page than having these in there. So this is my Uniball Signo. I love how milky this is when I remember to put the pen cap back on. But it really covers up nicely and I rarely have issues with it. And it's a nice thick cover up too. So we're gonna let that dry for a second before I put this sticker over it, now that I have 2 stickers on my hand. All right, we are pretty dry. I also took it as an opportunity to take another sip of coffee. Live What You Love. And then just to really get this down nicely, I'm gonna use the back of my tweezers to kind of get any of those, whoops, tiny little air bubbles out. I know that EJ Joyful Plans uses I think a boning tool for this, and it's not something I typically do, but I felt like this might look a little bit better if it's just down. And then I'm thinking, although this just got stuck, don't flip through a sticker book with a sticker on your finger. I want to go back to these strips. Oh wait, not this strip. There were 2 sets of washi strips, this one. And bring this in right down here. It'll kind of cover up some of the words that I covered up, and also just kind of brings that color in a little bit more. All right, that's pretty. I feel like this could be enough. I know I say that a lot once I get a few stickers down, but if you are not looking to over decorate your planner and you just want a couple of simple things, this is the style that might work really nicely for you. So I want to put these, I was going to say I want to put these circles down, but before I do that, I just wanted to see if there's anything else. These might be really cool to use. The problem is that they're not cut from the inside. So I would need to cut each of them to be able to get them through. I don't know. Should we try it? That wasn't quite in my plan today. I do have this gyro cut junior, which I'm not loving because I can't quite figure it out. Oh, well, as I say that, oops, I don't want to cut. This is definitely going to be easier to use this than a knife because I'd have to go in circles in a knife, but I'm struggling a little bit with it. And then we've got to get this part. Okay, let's see how I did. I mean, that does give the frame. Whoops. The problem is it has the lines through it. So I can't decide if I want to use these or I just want to go back to the circles. I think I'm going to go back to the circles. I feel like these are going to bug me. So we're going to go back to them. But before I do that, my original thought was just seeing if there were any other circles to use. Oh, these are pretty. I meant to use them, but I kind of forgot. I might go back to them. Oh, we've got these, but they're foil. We know how I feel about foil. Okay, let's go back to these circles. And you know what? This is kind of the perfect time to use them because I don't typically use these types of circles in my regular planning. So it'll be good to have them in here. I just don't want, one of the things I feel like I struggle with sometimes with circle stickers is not wanting it to look too much like Mickey. Like if I put that there, is it going to look like Mickey? It might. Before I do that, I have my Proud Sticker Design script stickers because I wanted to bring in some currently words. So the first one I'm going to do is hoping for, and that's going to kind of cover up that gathering section. And then let's see what else. These will be linked in the description of the video. You can use code Elise20 to save on your order. So let's see. Highlights, win, fail. I need to just find the, there we go. Enjoying top moments. I want to bring in top moments, so I'm going to take this out because I know I want to use that. Thinking about learning priorities, thankful for eating, saving for. I like saving for. I haven't used that in a while. And I'm kind of in, this needs to be turned. So let me talk about budgeting for a second. I have been focused. I posted about this on Instagram recently, but I'll talk about it here. I know not everyone who watches these videos is on Instagram. I'm going to grab blue and then I just need to remember to bring in blue somewhere else. But I've been so focused this year on my house that I don't want to say I've neglected other areas of finances, but I haven't put as much thought and dedication, that's not going to work, into future things. I've still been putting money aside in savings. I've still been, doing sinking funds and things like that. But I was talking to a friend last week and I was realizing that my car lease ends in 6 months. It ends at the end of April. And I have to decide what I'm going to do with it. If I'm going to buy it, if I'm going to lease another car, if I'm going to buy a car. And the decision the conclusion I sort of came to is that I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, I barely drive. I drive maybe 3 days a week. because I work from home. So most of my driving is done like going to my niece and nephew's sports games or something like that. And I'm barely driving. So the car that I leased in 2021, early or mid-April 2021, only has like 12,000 miles on it. And it makes sense for me to buy the car because I feel like while the last two sets of 3 years, I've really enjoyed leasing, I feel like it makes sense at this point for me to purchase the car. So now I need to kind of pause on house savings, or I want to pause on house savings and shift to, besides emergency fund and like house maintenance, right? That's always really important. But now it's time to shift to car savings. So at this point right now, the car buy-off amount is $22,000. I don't believe that I'll be able to save $22,000 in 6 months while still paying my bills and saving for an emergency and all of that kind of stuff. How cute does that look, by the way? But I have some money set aside, and what I'm going to do is continue saving, and as I save, putting the money into a high yield savings account or high yield interest account, but it is savings. And then I will put down as much as I possibly can and then finance anything that's left. So I'd like to be able to put down $15,000 and only finance $7,000 because I've never financed a car before and I don't really want to start now, but I also know that this is the best move for me to purchase the car. So anyway, saving for a car. That's where I'm at. Also coming up in November, well, that's not November, but that's just what I'm saving for. I'm excited for eyelash. I feel like we've got to put something here. I'm not going to be able to get a box in here, so I think we'll just put some flowers. I'm excited and I'm a little bit nervous for November because I have the Chicago Planner Conference, which I'm excited for. I'm also nervous because I'm teaching a workshop, and that's always nerve-wracking. It's never easy. Once I'm right there, I'm good, but it tends to be a little bit nerve-wracking leading up to it. And then I'm also, I don't know if nervous is the right word, but I remember Cyber Week last year, and there were so many releases, and it was really successful for me as a creator because I shared a lot and I brought in a lot of revenue, from affiliate income, and I beyond appreciate you using my links, but it's also a really stressful time as a creator, trying to get everything and share everything. I mean, not get everything, but share everything that we're being asked to share and that companies depend on us to promote, and we want to share because we want to bring in the revenue from, affiliate income, but it's overwhelming. And especially during Cyber Week when you're trying to also, take a moment to be thankful and enjoy time with family and things like that. So it's a lot. This November, I mean, always be kind to your content creators, but this November especially. So I'm kind of anticipating that a little bit. And I'm also, interested to see sort of what happens in my personal life. I, of course, will do a goals video for October and kind of recapping September. I did make progress on a goal by going on a date in September. I went on 2, and then it's not going to work out. So, continue to put myself out there and see what happens, but not that I won't focus on it at all in November, but I feel like the holiday season is a really tough time to date because everyone is so busy. So, I'll continue to put effort, but not a ton of energy in because there's other things that I also need to be dedicating my energy to, especially because I'm going to be going away. Okay, I think that was a big ramble about my life, but we are set for this currently page, and I think it's one of the prettiest ones I've ever done. I really love it. I hope you like it too. Let's reset my desk and switch to the other currently page. Now, when I mention a different style currently page, this is what I'm talking about, where it has this whole grid section or dot section here, grid lines, and a blank section down there. So I grabbed Fall Memories, Volume 2 by Amber Plans Her Day. I thought this would be a pretty sticker book to use here. I used this recently. It ended up being a Patreon exclusive video. We are nearing the time of year where I have more videos than days in the month, and so sometimes those videos end up being Patreon exclusive videos. So definitely consider joining my Patreon. The exclusive videos have those who are in the $14.99 tier and up get access to the exclusive videos. And also that tier includes budgeting content. So we have monthly budget Zooms, savings challenges, all different things like that. So it's a great tier to join. The other tiers, in addition to like regular Zooms, but the less expensive tiers at $5 and $10 a month include a freebie for my Etsy shop each month of your choosing, a printable, other Zoom calls, early access to my YouTube videos. I'm just gonna turn this over to Punch. Early access to my YouTube videos and a fun community on Facebook where we chat about goals and things like that. So I wanna put a quote over here. I just have to decide what quote to use, but I'm like, wait, there's probably fall quotes in here. So we have Hello November. I like it, but it's probably going to be too small. So let's take Be a Sunflower, Be Strong, Stand Tall, and Follow the Sun. That's cute. We'll put this right over here. And then I want to cover up these sections if I can. And I have boxes from Proud Sticker Designs, and I didn't think about this at first, or I didn't map this out as best as I should have, but I kind of want to color match here. So I need yellows. This yellow is going to be a little bit too bright, but I think I can probably do it. Golden. It's yellow. Let's look for green. I think that this green is a little too dark, but this one is a little too lime for what I want. So we're just going to go for these anyway. And I think I'm going to switch the yellow. So over here, I'm going to use this left side section. Like I said, this is my planner for all things Plan with Elise. So this is where I'm going to track. Can we fit 4? We should be able to. This is where I'm going to track my counts, like how many patrons I have, how many YouTube subscribers, how many TikTok followers, and what did I say? And Instagram followers. The four accounts, although I put a kind of different amount of energy into TikTok. I feel like when I remember, I do it, but lately things have been so busy that I haven't put a ton over there. Okay, so we've got 2 set, we're good. Next up, we are going simple, and this is kind of, I actually thought this morning, like, should I even put this over on, should I even film this? Because I feel like it's pretty similar each month and not a ton of variation in how I'm mapping this out, but this is what makes the most sense for my brain. So what's going to happen here is this left side is going to be things for Patreon, and the right side is going to be release dates, sale dates, all of that. And for Patreon, we have 3 Zooms per month, and then I have up to 7 one-on-one Zooms. I say up to 7 because I have 7 people in the top tier. That does include a one-on-one call. But at this point in October, I don't know if all 7 will continue. So I have up to 10 Zooms a month for Patreon. And of course, as you know, releases, there are a ton. So I'm actually just going to use the black here, although I'm now realizing if I use black, it's probably going to go through. So I need to come up with a plan B. So I need a second to do that. I definitely have no shortage of bullet point options, but actually as soon as I got up and kind of looked around, I saw this page, which I'm pretty sure is from A Hell of a Plan Noir sticker book maybe. And I saw these bullet points and I was like, yeah, these are good for now. So we're going to put 10 bullet points here, although I'm not really knowing if I'm spacing these correctly. I think I am if I eyeball it. 4, 5, and then we'll do 6, 7. I think I'm going to do it differently for the right side. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2 more. Part of me on the right side wants to do it by week, but then I'm like, because maybe there's like, I don't know, one release the first week of November. I don't even know if there are any. Oh, there are. I do have one release noted the first week of November, 2 the second week of November, but that's all, or 3 the second week of November. So doing it weekly won't make as much sense, because if I were to just put like this here and then this and this, it may not work. So I think I just have to do the same sort of bullet section down on this side to note that kind of stuff, especially sales, right? And this may be a situation in November where I need to do extra, like an extra sheet of filler paper to map everything out. Because sometimes what I end up doing is like, if a company, these should really be even, right? If I get informed about something, I'll just put a sticky note in my planner for the week that it's happening if I haven't decorated or taken a photo or something like that. And sometimes I have to edit my videos because as I flip the page, I show you early what's coming. And while I would love to tell you and show you early what's coming, as someone who does not make products besides Etsy printables, I don't have the ability to do that, right? I'm sure that those of you who are patrons of like Hell of a Plan and Amber Plans Her Day, you get to see those things early, or at least hear about the sneak peeks, but I don't have permission to talk about them early with you. So I have to be a little bit more careful on my end, but we're just gonna put the 10 down here, and if needed, I will bring in more. I know that these are a little bit crooked, but I haven't had my full amount of coffee this morning. And you know what? They work for me. So a little bit more of a simple layout, but it satisfies the needs that I have for this planner. So this is Full of Memories Volume 2 by Amber Plans Her Day. It'll also be linked in the description, as is everything I use today. Code Elise10 will give you a discount on the sticker book. So I think that is a wrap. I love both of these. I mean, this one is more just like functional with a little bit of decorative put in between. I really, really love this one. I think it's so pretty, but I'm excited about them both. So I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for spending some time with me today, and I appreciate you. I will see you next time.